Alright, pardon me, I'm gonna run around the block and try again. See where it happens. Be right back. Run around the block. Get a better view. Be right back on it, guys. I'm going around the block.
We have to break with those standards. We have so many failures. You know, think of it. We don't win anymore, folks. Where do we win? We don't win. We don't win with crime. We don't win with schools. We don't win with trade. Our military's depleted. Our vets aren't being treated properly. And we are going to...
Guys, I'm going around the block. I'll be right back over there. I'm gonna get a better view. I was just on 7th Ave. It'll happen on 23rd Street, but I couldn't even go any further south. So I'm going around 3rd Street, 8th Ave. I'm going back around here. See what's going on. Excuse me. Excuse me. Alright, there you go. 23rd Street. 23rd Street. Alright. Is it right here? There we go. I'm back.
They're spinning in their grave. And so often they'll ask me, how do you defeat us? I say, you know what? I have a real chance of winning.
That's 23rd Street and 7th.
The enemy, how I am thinking. Does that make sense? Can you imagine General Douglas MacArthur saying in a news conference, well, that's a very good question, Jim. We're going to hit him from the front on October 7th at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we're going to attack him from the back if we do well from the front. But by that time, the front is so well fortified, we may not do as well. Now, can you imagine these people?
Trying to get closer. I ran around the block.
I will give you good results. Don't worry how I get there, okay?
Who knows?
We had a clown today, an absolute clown, Robert Gates. He's supposed to be an expert. He's been there forever. By the way, he writes about, he says bad about everybody that he's worked for. He's been there for a long time. Everybody that he's worked for, he's a nasty guy. Probably has a lot that we don't know about. He's a nasty guy. And he's friendly about most. He's friendly about it. Never met the guy. Never saw him. I saw him in television.
Welcome to 8th Avenue.
The end result is...
Alright guys, I'm going to 8th Ave.
Where are you going?
8th Ave, 8th Ave, this one.
He says negative things about me.
Alright, let's try to go back around. That was 20.
I am so much better at what he's doing than he is. You won't even believe it. Look what he gave us. Look at the mess of all of these people that have been there for so many years. Look what we have. Look at the Middle East. If we never touched them, we would have been a hell of a lot better off than we are right now. What a shame. All of the money, but most importantly, the blood, the death. And what do we have now? We're in worse shape than we were 15 years ago by a factor of 10. And we've spent $6 trillion. 6 trillion. That seems to be the new number. 6 trillion. Much more importantly, the lives that we've lost. Because we're dealing with incompetent people, we're dealing with stupid people, we're dealing with people like Robert Gates that don't have a clue, and then when they leave office, they criticize everybody. I don't like critics. I don't like critics. I like the people that get it done and get it done right.
Between 6 and 7, which would be right here on the left.
We need to embrace a new, inclusive, and prosperous future. We can do that. Jobs will return,
I heard it.
Incomes will rise.
My windows.
And new factories will come rushing back to our shores. That's what we have to have. Once more, we will have a government of, by, and for the people. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you. I love you. Thank you, Colorado. God bless you.
Shoots like crazy.
God bless you. Thank you, Colorado. November 8th. November 8th. Thank you.
that in Seaside Park, New Jersey, there was an IED earlier. I haven't followed too much on that, but I'm seeing a lot of people talking about it. I'm standing here at 25th and 7th, and there's a large response.
I don't know if it's 22nd or right down to the 3rd. I'm over here. Yeah, go around.
Can press get through here?
No. Okay.
Is there a way press could get in?
I never got told of how. All I got told is everybody besides MLS is going down 8th and then around. Alright, sorry.
Not good. Alright, no problem. Alright, I'll let him know. So there's a ton of people over there that are in the area, but for obvious reasons, they've got it closed off. Press. I got a press card. I should have it out, but I'm running down crazy, man.
Look, man. Look,
He has
he's a policeman. Right, but there's a crime scene. You know, we didn't get told. Everyone thinks you're a normal person right now. You know, they think. I just spoke to you over there.
Right. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, this is why I was walking up to that tape, right?
But you guys see this rope? Just please go on the other side of the rope and we'll talk.
All right, so for those that are just tuning in, I have to make my way around because the police won't even let me up to the tape. And I have a press badge on me. It's apparently not good enough. If you're just tuning in, make sure to follow me on Twitter at TimCast. TIMCAST. Once I get closer, we got helicopters above us with searchlights on. I'll do my best to talk to some people and see if there's any witnesses nearby. For those that are just tuning in, I am in the area we're at 25th and 7th. The whole area is cordoned off by the police. There was reports of an explosion. I want to try and get closer and figure out what the hell's happening, but you know, the officer told me that they weren't told anything about press and you just look like a normal person, so you can't come in. Because apparently a journalist looks like something. So there's been a lot reported. I don't have access to the up-to-date tweets from official sources, so while I'm streaming, I can't see a lot of that stuff. What I can say is I've seen some tweets go out that said 14 injured. I've seen some tweets saying 25 injured. I've seen some tweets saying it was an IED, some tweets saying it was a gas line explosion, but at this point, as far as I know, nothing is confirmed. There's been a few things I believe that have been confirmed, but I'm not entirely up to speed on everything due to rushing down here as fast as I can to figure out what's going on and get the live feed up and running. So, that being said, I am coming up on 6th Avenue. Actually, this is where my business partner used to live, right here. This is crazy. I used to come down here for work all the time. Now the whole thing is sectioned off because of an explosion. Unbelievable. Now again, a couple years ago, maybe not quite 2 years ago, it was actually, I believe it was the day that Periscope launched. There was a gas line explosion in the Lower East Side. And it was a similar situation, but I have to say, I got right up, literally within a few feet of where the explosion occurred. This is an entirely different response.
You have to go straight home, all right?
We'll get together another time. All right, let's go. So again, for those that are just tuning in, when there was a gas line explosion in LES almost 2 years ago, the whole front of the building exploded. Part of it collapsed. In the subsequent fire control efforts, the building was collapsing. People were injured, glass was blown out, and I was able to get within 50 feet of that fire. In fact, several journalists were able to stand up on a rooftop right across the street from where the fire happened, where the explosion happened. This is an entirely different response. It's something we didn't even see, and they both happened in Manhattan. NYPD Strategic Response Group. And this whole, everything's closed off. But it's hard to know exactly. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments, and I'm going to continue to walk around.
Okay, no, but I just want them might get in touch with me. No, I don't think they have on the terms that I have to say. No, okay, that's no one. That's no one. Well, I feel like my favorite person on the years. Yeah. Thank you.
So it doesn't sound, based on the comments, what you guys are saying, it doesn't sound like much has changed since I started streaming. I heard reports of 2 injured, I've heard reports of 14 injured, I've heard reports of 25 injured. It's hard to know exactly what's actually going on. This is how it goes. But the main reason I want to make sure this live feed is up is that if anything subsequent happens, I think it's important to have as many live feeds as possible. I know there's a couple other people who are streaming. But right now it looks like everything's just closed off. So this is 25th and 6th Avenue. A bunch of press trying to get in, but that's not working.
Alright, so Olive Garden, it's not an entrance. There are very few police looking in my current direction.
You can hit 5th Street, 5th Avenue.
Some police on their phones, presumably playing Pokemon Go.
And if you guys have any questions,
You may be able to cross these police lines.
And
I'm certainly contemplating it.
That are watching. If you guys are seeing official reports, I can't see those right now as I'm streaming because I'm streaming. I don't have most of my equipment with me, which is...
Let's go back the other way.
But if you have any questions, anything I can answer, I will provide a connection.
See if we can make any headway on 23rd Street.
What is going on, and see if I can make my way around and get anywhere near this.
Again, perhaps sneaking into this restaurant, and then going through the back through Olive Garden, then returning through 23rd Street may be a profitable endeavor. We'll try that next.
Civilians who were watching what's going on, but the police have blocked anyone from coming in. You can leave, you can't come in.
Second rate,
And
I'll
so
have
for
you know,
some reason,
sir.
the rules tend to be very fluid.
I'm no second-rate reporter. I'm here with
Police tend to have
the
different ideas
local
of
radio
what they're
stations,
doing
local
and
news
where you want to go.
stations. I'm holding
So
my
depending
own,
on
sir,
where you go,
with no
you might be
advertisements.
allowed in some areas and not others.
NYPD could not confirm to me that there was a bomb, simply an
because of security
explosion.
issues.
Remember, I do have 2 phones.
To Broadway here, if I can get around. For those that are watching, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Timcast, TIMCAST, covering breaking news and other stories. But typically, if something happens and I have active, I'm available to get there, I will get down there as soon as possible. I will add, it's you never know where you need to be. There's absolutely no way I would know
ladies out tonight
I'd
in
be
New
in
York
Chelsea
City.
at 9 p.m. Right?
That makes sense. It is Saturday.
It's just not possible.
Paw Patrol is on duty. Paw Patrol service
But I
has
can
not
get
been
down here as soon
disrupted.
as possible. And so that's what I'm here. That's what I'm doing. Ooh, man. Hopefully this was a gas explosion.
No information available
Because
from
if-
authorities as of now.
IEDs have made their way to New York
Multiple
City.
injuries. Some have said as few as 2. Some have said...
So this is construction. Alright, so I gotta make my way through there, but you can see off in the distance response vehicles. I want to see how close I can get.
So we're at 23rd between 6 and 7. I'm focused on the area where the police are wandering around looking for stuff.
Come down to
an hour ago.
A place like this wearing a suit.
20th floor,
Walk right in.
felt it. So did people multiple blocks away.
It's like the cop said to me, he said, you look like a regular person. So I'm not gonna let you through. Alright, so right now I'm making my way back up to 6th Avenue and 24th. Very close to the scene, the initial scene, which I believe was 23rd and 6th. A lot of people crowded around in the streets.
So they closed off traffic on multiple different blocks, all over the place. It looks like the police chief did just arrive, at least that's what I'm being told. That's a church right next door to where it looks like the device exploded.
I've seen a lot of ambulances so far. So again, for those that are just tuning in, to give you guys some context, almost 2 years ago, just maybe a year and a half ago, there was a gas explosion in the Lower East Side. I was able to walk within 50 or so feet of the explosion. And in fact, me, as well as dozens of other journalists, were able to stay on top of the building just across from where the explosion occurred. This is something totally different. This is several blocks being blocked off. It's a totally different response. Absolutely, absolutely different. They're not letting, I watched a woman show her press credentials, they would not let her in. I showed mine, they would not let me in. And that did not happen when it was a gas line explosion. So, I don't know if that matters, or what it means, but looks like having come around from Broadway, I'm able to actually get up to the intersection at this point, where the police originally wouldn't let me come in. So, just about 1 block away from where the explosion was reported. Now, I've seen police letting in people who had, looked like they had IDs showing they lived there. A woman appeared to be with her friends, and the police would not let her friends go with her to go home.
See, they sort of closed off the entire block here.
Massive response here. This is huge. So just up there, the police wouldn't let me come down. I had to walk on the block. There's a huge response.
Digital site now.
You guys were here when it happened, were you?
A number of people out there at this point. They're shining the flashlight. That's sort of what they've been examining for the past hour or so.
Last year, or 2 years ago. There was a gas line that exploded in the Lower East Side. This is 300 times more. Well, the gas explosion took up part of the building, collapsed, wiped out everything across the street and Lower East Side. And we were able to literally walk within 50 feet of the explosion and film. Now they're not letting us anywhere near it. Dozens of journalists were on the roof across the street from the explosion, filming the fire. Now I come down to this, and the response is significantly larger, and no one's allowed anywhere near it.
Still not 100% sure what happened. I just know a very large explosion. Definitely shook me. About a block away, 20 floors up, no question. It was very, very loud. Shook the entire building.
All right, we got you. Thank you. Thanks, bro.
And now it looks like a group of people were out there.
I'm pressing
exactly what it was. I'm 20 floors up.
So it looks like a couple
Nothing's
journalists
changed
were
in
able to
about
get
the
in.
past 30 minutes or so. It's the same as it was. They've cordoned off the area. Traffic's not coming almost anywhere.
24th and 6th. And you guys are seeing the aftermath of an explosion in the Chelsea area neighborhood. 6th Avenue, 24th Street. Huge response. Unfortunately, I don't have my equipment on me, so it's really difficult for me to monitor official news feeds as well as cover what's happening on the ground. But yeah, again, for those who've been watching since the beginning, I want to feel just by just showing you guys what's happening here, giving you a window. If anything changes, if something else happens, the live window will be up for as long as I can keep it up. We're just coming off a full moon. That means yeah, no, definitely. Was there any word yet on what it was?
Looks like there's a large group in the middle of the street.
Firefighter said they don't tell me nothing. So I think it's safe to say that a lot of even the response teams are in the dark on what this is. Really wish I had my other phone.
As you can see, if you look on the right-hand side there, it looks like that was...
Hearing that MSNBC is reporting 24 injuries and fatalities.
And,
again, you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Timcast, TIMCASD. And you can also find my YouTube channel. Tends to be less breaking stuff, but that's youtube.com/Timcast.
Just to the left is part of that barricade that would have been on the right-hand side.
This might be too close to the weekend again. See, there's other journalists here that can't get any
This word occurred, right?
Yeah, right up here, yeah.
On 6th Avenue?
Yep. 6th Avenue, yeah. So you guys are looking at it. Alright, so let's see. How many vehicles can I see? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. From where I'm standing, I can count 13 vehicles. Some of them probably have their lights off. There's 14. So just based on the lights that I'm seeing in the back, and these vehicles up front with no lights, I can see 14 vehicles.
Loud. I heard it.
Police are coming up with some barricades.
24's up. Did shake the building, yes.
Ready to cross. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to step back from the barrier line straight across here, okay? Step back away from the table.
Can Press get in here?
Hey, we're doing it across this way. On the fence, this way we're going.
Press good to go in.
Press is at 2, 3, and 5. You gotta walk that way and then that.
Alright, we saw most of what we can see at 24th and 6th. 2, 3, and 5, I'm told, which means it's probably not a good spot, but there may be some more answers for us if I make my way down through 23rd. So the police, you just saw, are setting up barricades at 24th and 6th Avenue. I'm going to try and make my way down to 23rd by looping through 5th. For those that are just tuning in, this is the explosion in Chelsea.
Où est-ce qu'il a été briefé par le FBI et le Secret Service qui suit en permanence. Il est depuis un mois maintenant briefé en permanence sur les informations stratégiques par le FBI.
So, I asked the firefighter if there was any official word on what it was yet, and he said, hey, don't tell me nothing. For those that are watching, you've probably got again, he asked us, for those that are just tuning in, I don't have, as I'm streaming, I can't see the official feed, so any word from the police and firefighters or the city, I'm not going to be able to see those. But what I can show you is exactly what's happening on the ground in Manhattan. And the primary reason, there was a rat up in New York. The primary reason I want to have this feed up and running is just in case, anything changes, if it becomes a more serious situation. I wish I was skinnier, I could squeeze through that. Adult male will not fit through 4 inches of fence line. It's likely the press area he's referring me to may be a dead end, but you know, it's either that or stand
Not at all.
at 24th and 6th and just, you know, show you guys some police cars, but
I saw you the DI.
fire trucks.
Sorry, because I live on that block and I just got yelled at by
An
everyone.
explosion.
I no fuck. But what
1
kind of-
block from the scene.
Lady, if
you
I
can see
knew, I'd
people are
tell
chilling
you.
at the bar and
I don't know
celebrating.
anything.
I'm seeing multiple reports from people that there's no fatalities.
Right? Perfect, man. Thank you. Good to
For
meet
those that are
you.
watching, have they put out any official
Sure.
word yet
Happy
on
band, man.
what it was? I'll say this again because
Thanks.
about
Have
a
a
few
good one.
thousand more viewers that have tuned in since the
Still
last
trying
time I
to
said it, but
Going on here.
almost 2 years ago, it was actually when maybe it was about a year and a half ago. There was a gas line explosion on the Lower East
Crazy
Side.
woman
And it took out the
harassing
whole front of the building, took out the buildings across, damaged the buildings across the street, and the response was dramatically less than what we're seeing here. Several journalists, including myself, we were able to get within 50 or so feet, just across the street from where the explosion happened and the fire was being fought by the firefighters trying to put out the fire. This is not that much further
confirmed
away.
IED. We're being told
Maybe a mile or two.
a source is confirming is an
And the
IED,
response
improvised explosive
significantly
device.
heavier.
This is malfeasance. This is
So it looks like there's a
someone
press staging area, but it's very far away
made
from
an
what actually happened.
IED and has detonated it. We have a hostage unit here.
Look at the press areas across the street, but you're not going to be able to see anything from there either. This is a huge response.
You gotta cross here, you can't cross this way, you gotta cross that
Mayor de Blasio is here. So far, no casualties. De Blasio should get his shine box. De Blasio has ceased his meal, which presumably is a 10-course meal, and is en route.
For those that are watching, I will keep the feed going as long as possible. Just, it's more about if things change.
We've got, this is likely to be the mayor.
2 more SUVs just pulled right in.
Some sort of FBI.
cross this way, Sheriff.
You guys gonna stay on this side? You gotta stay behind the thing.
The perimeter is being cordoned off even further.
We got 3 more vehicles, an SUV and 2 cars pulling in.
It's very unusual.
Another vehicle just behind them.
Here's the
Not sure what this one is. Disaster relief from the American Red Cross.
definitely unsettling feeling here in New York City.
And more vehicles coming in.
It's a serious IED. Certainly
Actually, no, that's University.
could be classified as a terrorist attack, even if it is domestic terrorism. There's no doubt that anyone with an IED device is intending to incite terror. It's unfortunate the city 15 years ago dealt with the largest terrorist attack in American history and has since not
for tourists
have experienced any attacks. This is a very unfortunate return.
For those that have any questions, I can see you guys in the comments. More vehicles coming in through here.
Are repeated rumors of another explosion, which we cannot confirm. There's a lot of misinformation at times like these.
Seeing as New York is the capital of journalism in this country, huge
Trying to report the news, man. Trying to report the news.
Every journalist in the world. Okay, it's an exaggeration.
Yes, it's an explosion.
A ton of journalists are here.
There was an explosion about an hour and a half
Heavily
ago.
saturated, right across the street.
Between 6th and 7th Avenue, 25 were injured. FDNY has confirmed it is an IED.
For those that are wondering, someone's asking how to share this,
explosive
you can
device was
retweet it,
detonated.
you can copy the URL and
there's no casualties, although we are hearing that there could be
sharing
casualties.
works when you're watching on a mobile app, though. You know, typically when
At least
breaking news stuff like
25
this happens, I'm just gonna hop on Periscope and get you guys a live feed best I can.
What's up, bud? So the train over here is shut down right now. All right. So outside bus.
Just said the train here at 23rd and 5th is shut down.
Sure.
Huge crowds. A lot of people gathering around to see what's going on.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, appreciate it. I love you.
You've been following me, right?
Thank you.
I read it all the time.
No, where you going, bud? Your press? Your press? All right.
There was an explosion on 23rd Street between 6th and 7th, and IED was detonated. There are 25 injuries. I don't have any more information at this time.
Do one of those, all right? No.
Alright, we're gonna cross the street anyway.
That's what the FDNY has confirmed. It was an IED. That's, there's a lot of crazy information right now. Nobody's really sure what's going on.
I'm not sure if it matters.
That's what the FDNY source has told a news source that an IED.
So we got a fucking
Those that are watching, you can
Right now, man.
out by
Right
sharing.
now.
All I can do is stream, and it's up to everybody else who's watching to share it.
There's consistent rumors of a bomb in Virginia.
However else
I
you can share
dislike
things,
passing information on unless it's confirmed.
Hopefully.
But I've heard this now over a dozen times, 24 times. In situations like this, just like 9/11, there's enormous disinformation. Do not believe anything you see or read until it's confirmed by a third party. It's possible that the hostage team is preemptive. I do not mean to alarm anybody. I did notice a hostage unit enter the scene. No reason to believe that was
Check it out for a second.
anything but preemptive.
It's not working. Can you try that one? There were explosions.
You know who I am?
Kind of. I know.
The injured ones were brought to a hospital. Try to get closer. Look at all these
Black SUV.
There was a bombing. It's walking across the street. Okay, let's walk before they close this off.
So someone standing over here on the phones just said, and again, I almost don't want to say anything, but one of the people headed to the press pool said something about a cell phone detonation that they want to keep close to the chest and not let out just yet. So that is just something I overheard, may not be true at all. So don't, again, that's not a fact.
How many viewers do we what are your thoughts on this? Yeah, what are your thoughts on the bomb? That's all. We're about to cross the street again. A bomb went off in Virginia too. Yeah. Because we can't. Come on, cross this way. It looks better. Come on.
Hey, dude.
Work this way, work this way.
Tons of cops. Oh, so now they're letting people cross straight through. $25 injured, non-life threatening. I'm hearing. People pointing their cameras at nothing. Pretty, it's a bad place to stand for a variety of reasons. Mostly because every journalist covering is probably standing here, at least 90% of them. Must be serious. Again, that gas explosion happened. They didn't respond a tenth of what's going on here. Around the block again for a few reasons. Mostly, I am not doing anyone a service by standing in a group of journalists who are all filming the same thing, and I think it is a huge waste of talent that all of the journalists are standing right there filming the same thing. More importantly, all media standing in one group is a big target, and it would be smart to either stand away from a large crowd of media or go somewhere else. So I think the best thing that I can do is make my way down.
Given these circumstances, it's not unusual for there to be excessive precaution taken in case of a secondary site, as well as recall that the New York City infrastructure for this kind of event is formidable, and there is no sense in having.
It's hard to know how and why these things unfold the way they do, or what's going to happen. I would say it's absolutely impossible to know what could happen next. You can always speculate, but there's no way to know for sure. I mean, I guess unless you got insider information for some reason, but coming down here and trying to cover this,
that is not a rumor. There was an explosion in Charlottesville. No fire or smoke. Again, any little thing at a time like this will set off alarms. Any little event. It's probably nothing, but still have helicopters. This may evolve into,
right now I'm
would not be surprised if this evolved into some kind of manhunt.
22nd Street.
There are a litany of cameras in New York City. Virtually every 500 or 1,000 feet there is a camera rolling. And would not surprise me if the FBI or any other authorities were able to identify a suspect. Someone had to put that device into the dumpster, someone had to detonate it, and we'll absolutely find out who that is. So we recall from the Boston bombing, the entire city was placed on a
So for those just tuning in, there was an explosion reported in Midtown around 9.
On a what's it called, in place, stand-in-place order.
Confirmation on exactly what happened
until the person was found. It'd be harder to do in a city of this size.
People have been saying IED,
but they will find the perpetrators. They always do.
And people are taking that to believe it was a trash box of some sort. But as far as I know,
police entering, not entering.
There's no official.
That entrance is cut off, even for the police. Even the police are not allowed in that entrance. We have a mobile command post, the largest unit in the fleet of the NYPD.
Now this could be entirely nothing.
This is the type of unit
but
that
for the
can
sake
do just
of,
about
I mean,
anything.
I'll say this: there was a man who was standing next to me on the phone, and he was talking decently audibly. And I'm not sure if any of you heard it, but he said something about a cell phone detonation. And then he said, "I don't know if you want that out yet." I don't know what that means.
Let's see
I don't know
if we
that guy
can get a
was.
little closer here.
It could be a nobody, and he could just be riling things up. But I say
as
this
I've
not
said,
to
I've tried to locate possible entry points into the scene
through
various restaurants and alleys. I've been denied many times. It could be a good time to try to enter once more. Let's see what we can do here.
Keep it in mind, but it's not true. And
this reporter is willing to go to any lengths to bring you the news.
And that being said, just because the government says it happened doesn't necessarily mean it did.
Let's see if we can get a little closer here.
Alright, well, this is 22nd and 3rd. I got the old intersection blocked off, and there's a ton of vehicles. We got scooters, we got ambulances, and it's shooting right now.
Are you like press switching?
Sort of.
Deal with real expenses.
I was born here in real New Yorker. I used to live on 22nd Street. Just want to help you.
You don't want to help me.
Let's see if we can get a little closer.
For those that are just tuning in, catch breaking news, follow me on Twitter @TimCast, TIMCAST.
There has to be some sort of alley or back entrance.
I heard earlier 25 injuries, none are life-threatening. And I don't think they're giving any official word on what happened yet. Now here's
one of these restaurants likely has a kitchen that may allow us to enter
I've said this a couple times already for those that have already heard
through the back.
Hear it again. Almost 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, there was a gas line explosion on the Lower East Side, just a couple miles from there.
All right, we are able to make some headway here.
I was able to stand almost
towards
directly across
6th
the
Avenue.
street from where the explosion happened, filming the fire as fire department fought to
Still unclear if there are casualties. That is probably
several dozen journalists
largest unknown at this point.
Where the explosion happened, and mind you, this
We are
is
very curious, but of course, our thoughts have to be with the families of the victims
took out the windows of the buildings
and the
across
victims
street, several people
themselves,
injured.
many of whom have minor injuries, thank God.
Extremely different.
There's a bar here with many people congregating outside.
Number of response personnel here, more vehicles, larger area blocked off.
A lot of New Yorkers enjoying an evening out.
I don't know if that means anything. I don't know what that means.
This
Maybe
is
it
not a
means nothing.
wide-scale emergency.
I'm just
This is
letting you know
nothing
that, when it comes, this is
like the emergency
what we did see when
we had 15 years ago. So many New Yorkers laughing, enjoying their evening, despite the tragedy yet just half a block away. That is the kind of city this is, for better or worse.
I mentioned what that guy was saying. You may have heard about cell phone detonation. Not confirmed. Random person on the street near the press pool. Don't know if it's true. Don't know who this guy is.
This is also a neighborhood with many nightclubs.
That in the event that I don't know, some people may have heard him say it.
Many years past coming to this neighborhood.
Police scanner incident you've seen a few years ago.
It's long gone.
Just because somebody said it doesn't mean it's true, not until we have confirmation or some kind of proof.
All right, we are approaching 6th Avenue.
Looks like a bunch of important
looking for a way into the site. There are a lot of tall buildings here. I don't have my equipment with me.
Suits with badges have just exited the area.
Looking for a entry point. There's a lot of old buildings. We were here last week, incidentally, not far from the Chelsea Clinton apartment. Just a block or two away from the Chelsea Clinton apartment / Hillary Clinton mobile health facility. Streets may not be blocked off here.
I'm going to make my way back around to
be rather surprising if we could get closer this way. That would be stunning.
You can see the CNN playing right here at the Olive Garden. 25 injured in Manhattan explosion, but other than that,
yes, indeed, we
don't already know.
Maybe.
And it also looks like
because we're on 24th,
are just filming the same thing over at 24th Street, which is a bit ridiculous, man. You know, all the journalists are in the same spot filming the same thing right now.
At FDNY, in full garb.
There's a huge response. Seriously large amount of the firefighters, police, and other personnel.
That every car in this street is NYPD or FDNY. We're looking virtually directly near the site here. Quite a bit closer than we were before. See the Bank of America Tower in the distance on 42nd and 6th. Here we are in 24th and 6th. The explosion, of course, on 23rd and 6th. New York City street is about 300 feet long. We're very close here with no police observing possibility of this reporter entering the scene. Do appear to be civilians over there. Of course, we know from DMX that impersonating a federal officer is a crime, punishable by many, many years in prison. You cannot pretend to be NYPD or FBI. That would be a mistake. Hard to divine anything from here. Just barricaded off. Let's see if we can see if there's any reputable sources. Entire street is blocked off. This street is blocked off for traffic, which is surprising. May be able to see Bank of America Tower behind me on 42nd Street. The building with the spire that changes color. Unusual situation, to say the least. 15 years since the last terrorist attack in New York. I think it's appropriate to call this a terrorist attack, given the FDNY has confirmed an IED was exploded. Although, again, in situations like this, I urge you to be cautious regarding the news, interpreting news. Phone is beeping inexplicably. I don't understand what is going on. I am a professional. CVS is still open. I'm going to get a soda or something. Oh, CVS may not be open. I was over there already. Police are telling me to leave this area. The perimeter is growing. I was on that side.
Discussing something inside of the building. I'm not there. I don't know. This is a secondhand report from one of my
very unusual situation.
Neighbors in the building. So I'm not sure about it, but that's what the current information I have is from secondhand someone in the building. Is that they're in one of the conference rooms. The mayor and the police commissioner discussing something. Choppers in the air over here. They're kind of pointing spotlights at us every now and again. Not sure why. Previously, about 30, maybe 40 minutes ago, they were doing rooftop searches by a chopper spotlight, just hitting every single building.
No life-threatening injuries.
I'm not sure what they were looking for.
No casualties.
That's what was going on about 30 to 40 minutes ago.
So pretty much this is the scene in Chelsea after an explosion on 23rd Street, 6th Avenue. I'm trying to get closer to the scene. There was a police barricade on 8th and 23rd. Not quite sure they won't let people through. They basically told the press to hold on. So I'm trying to get closer though to another street. And
that is the spot where
interestingly enough, the rest of New York seems totally normal. There were people on the streets just a couple of blocks south, sitting in restaurants, enjoying a wonderful warm late summer evening. Quite amazing. Not quite sure how many of those people actually knew what just occurred. Everything that is reported here in New York leads to the belief that
8 to 10 orange
this was
cones
an
there all around that area.
IED,
Probably be,
improvised
I guess, be
explosive device.
demarcating, marking
Of course, if this is being confirmed,
evidence.
and it's not confirmed at the moment,
That nature.
that would be a major development, a terror attack in New York City, just a week after the 15th anniversary of 9/11,
Stone building
in the middle of an election
church at St. Vincent
would be a major development. I'm approaching 7th Avenue now.
Building to the left with the
see
barricade directly in front of it
See the lights
has a black facade in front
of
of it,
the
which is a
emergency vehicles. Hundreds of them descended into the area.
scaffolding.
You can also hear the helicopter
That building's been under
hovering above.
restoration for a while now.
So let's see if we can get any closer here.
I walk past it fairly often.
We're now about a block and a half away from the scene where a device went off in a dumpster.
Again, this is in
Trash
Chelsea.
collecting bin.
This is 23rd Street
See,
between
see how far we
6th
can
and
go there.
7th. Looking down on it from the 6th side. So my neighbors are telling me that we actually are locked in at this point.
So we can see this seems to be like a staging area for
Street.
firefighters and PNY.
The exit
We're on the scene.
23rd between 7th.
Still a block away from the actual
We
site.
are allowed to exit.
Everything
back
closed off.
on
Naturally.
22nd Street. We are locked in at present. Being asked not to leave. Again, a second-hand report. One of my neighbors.
Are you guys
I'm not
watching,
sure.
or-
I haven't seen this, but
Are they letting
my
anyone through?
neighbors said that the mayor and the police chief have taken a conference room in the building to discuss, presumably, whatever this was.
I've got a press pass. I'm going as close as I can over there, maybe.
I did hear and felt the explosion about a block away, or I was about a block away, 20 floors up.
So I just got through.
Definitely was extraordinarily
One
loud.
police officer.
You could feel it through the entire building. There was no mistaking that it was some type of explosion. I just wasn't sure what it was. Definitely was not a car.
There are still people everywhere, of course.
Fairly massive.
There are
we can all feel it.
apartment
By
buildings,
the time I got down to the 12th floor
restaurants.
to see what had occurred.
Some of the people I'm meeting now, they look
ended up happening was,
rather shaken.
I met with at least 10 of my neighbors who were already down here. So
Very traumatic
everybody felt
experience
it.
for New York City.
It's also a
obviously.
fairly massive building. It spans
No
23rd
major
to
terror attacks
22nd.
since 9/11 in the city.
It's pretty big, pretty stable. They're taking quite a
couple of
blast to shake
attempts.
us.
But nothing really spectacular. But here's like one of those bars where there seems to be business as usual. People finishing their drinks.
We're basically looking at the
6th Avenue now.
The police
So on the next
officers
corner
and
will be
fire
only
department officials
a very short block away from it.
that are at the bottom of the screen there, and then the top of the screen looks to be where the actual explosion occurred. Again, I didn't see it. I'm not sure. I'm just definitely felt it, definitely heard it. Just trying to give everybody a view of exactly what's occurred here.
See the flashing lights in the distance. This is near the Flatiron District.
The spot that we're looking
Flatiron
at,
building is just a block
it
away
does
from here.
have, if I recall correctly, from
Obviously
walking,
very busy.
there is
on a
an
Saturday
interior
night.
design shop there. It's right next to St. Vincent de Paul. There is a residential. It is a residential building, however, above. And the building next to it, back facade, has restoration, which is really nice. Scaffolding and barrier out there.
hotel.
Looking off to the side, I won't move the camera, but looking off to the sides, I can see.
It's happening in the heart of Chelsea, and here it is. This is the major roadblock.
And police officers
There will not be any.
some over there with bomb sniffing dogs.
Not having any more.
Up and down
This is probably as close as we can get here.
There's a, I assume in here there's a large gaggle of firefighters.
You can see police and police trucks here.
Right there.
This is 6th Avenue, one of the major avenues of the Americas in Chelsea, completely shut down. You can see in both directions. This is the way up to Times Square area. You can see the Bank of America Tower in the back.
What happened? I don't know. It was a large.
And here it is. This is the scene.
I definitely felt
of the possible first terror attack in New York City since 9/11. First major terror attack in New York City since 9/11.
You know, something obviously very large. It's about the best view I think I can get of the actual spot where I think that it may have happened. As you can see,
it's just a sea of emergency vehicles.
It's blown out in the middle of the street there, and the rest of it is sort of black. They were focused on that for a while.
Paramedics are here waiting for possible more injured people.
Filming with my cell phone. There were no smells as far as I could tell. I was down on the street for a little bit, but there were no smells. I couldn't smell anything.
Alright, I'm doing some, I'll be reporting from later on, again. Just need to do some reporting, some videos, and I'll be back on Periscope. But this is the scene for everybody on 6th Avenue, Chelsea.
I mean, I can't.
One block away,
you can definitely see that it did affect the
described, a gigantic bomb ran off, a loud boom, shaking the ground.
Still not sure what it was. Still not sure if it was a dumpster.
Allegedly, it has been heard all the way to New Jersey to Hoboken.
Maybe some shrapnel or something.
20, nearly 30 people injured. So far, no report of death. But
that looks to be the dead center right there.
It's being described as quite chaotic. There's
still a scene at 23rd
on the street, debris, glass in the buildings exploded.
6th and 7th.
Of course, of the detonation. There are bomb sniffing dogs on the scene.
Some were several blocks away.
They're more
fairly high in the building. I was on 20th.
Located in the area or in New York City. Very alarming, obviously. There was an incident in New Jersey this morning. A pipe bomb exploded in front of a military facility. So naturally, people have concern that this might be a series of terror attacks, maybe even coordinated. And of course, the fear here in New York is this the beginning of more explosions? As everybody in New York who lived through that time knows, during 9/11, the first crash in the World Trade Center was only the beginning. But there's no confirmation that anything else has been found or anything else exploded on New York.
I can see that there's definitely no traffic coming
holding its breath.
There's no traffic coming down 7th. I don't know about 5th at present. Still not sure. If I change directions here for a second, you can see that you can see up and down the street there. There's 23rd up and down. The bottom part being the bottom part being towards 6th, the upper part being towards 7th there, and it's definitely all shut down all around here. Again, I have no idea on the reports of casualties. I've heard from some of my neighbors that have some delays for injuries. Hoping and praying those people are all right.
Press conference?
Just wanted to know where some of us are petrified.
It does look like
the
cars moving on 8th, which is 7th.
Can press get through? No. No press?
Yell at me, Adam.
They've got tape all over the streets there, as you can see, in various spots.
I was over there. I just saw her over there. I see her now.
Hey man, I got a live feed going. Can I get in there?
So does everybody else. All right.
Okay.
What? I know that. I know that. I got my live shot of it. Danny has my shot.
Again, still not on.
Pretty sure I am.
Yeah. 100% sure exactly what's occurring. You know, there was an explosion. It was very large. I heard it and felt it. So did other people multiple blocks away. It appears to have occurred right there near the awning. That's why the orange piece is lying in the middle of the street there. This is the site of the explosion, or at least it appears to be.
I told you,
Again,
it's not
that's
going to start unless I'm over here. So don't panic.
That's why that appears to be
I have no details for you. There'll be a press briefing shortly.
Building next to it appears to be where some of the major construction is happening. Debris all over the ground down there.
Well, you said there's no official statement, but if you guys are watching, you heard our best speculation based on what the chief of intel said just a minute ago. So I can only assume what they're going to say, but I think we all know.
And as my neighbors have been telling me, apparently again, secondhand information, I'm not sure about this, but apparently the police commissioner and the mayor had taken a conference to chat about whatever this was. Again, that's secondhand information. I didn't see anything.
There is very limited space over there. We're sitting in town about it. We're going to try and accommodate everyone, okay? Just understand it's very, very tight. They don't know. Again, we're going to accommodate everyone. Just don't push, don't shove, okay? Try and get everyone out. But listen, in all honesty, we don't want to have any more injuries. We understand that this is a big, big news story. You must have either or pass identification or a foreign person.
That lightly colored building.
And we'll get into where you work at.
The building next to it appears to be
Everyone back up. You're pushing.
I believe it's an interior design place right next to it.
These officers don't get to
I believe there's also a medical facility line right around that area. Again, I'm not sure exactly where the actual explosion was.
I don't think they're going to let me in.
We're going to do this one at a time. Do not push.
See if my friends can do it.
I'll take care of you. We got to step off. I have to take care of you. Stand over. No, hold on. Stand over here. I'll take care of you. Just stand over here. I'll take care of you. Stand over here. Right here. Come this way. Underneath. Wait. Where are you going? Go.
with the NBC's live British.
Underneath, hurry up, man. Hurry up. Hold on. We're not letting everyone.
Okay.
Let me just go. I'm going to come in. I want to see him. Underneath. Let me go see what the room is now. And then we're going to adjust accordingly, okay? Okay?
Excuse me, this is up and down 6th. Officers are signaling to their cohorts something. Not quite sure what.
Trigger's hard.
Can't see anything suspicious. Again, this is
phone and my ID is the same
this
time.
particular side is up and down 6th. I've been moved off of the angle over to 23rd by the NYPD.
Subrus now. Subrus?
Looks like I'm being shut down. So the NYPD is moving us off the roof, and I'm going to stop broadcasting. I have to stop broadcasting. It looks like we're being moved off the roof. I have no vantage point any longer.
Novelty. I think 360 makes it more difficult to see the story. I've done a bunch of 360 stuff, and it just makes it hard to understand what's going on. Because the audience can't figure out where the action is. You can center it on there, but then if something happens behind you, it defeats the purpose. So the challenge becomes, if you film force perspective and something happens, you can just point at it. Whereas if you're shooting in 3D or 360, you're relying on the audience to figure out what's happening. So, for whatever reason, we got a huge push from a bunch of different companies to make 360 happen, even though it's an extremely difficult viewing. Photos on the other hand, I think work. I would say if you caught something, like if you were here when the explosion happened and you had a 360 camera, that would be epic. The challenge is after the fact.
So this is 6th Avenue here. It would have happened down next to 23rd by 7th. It's like a block up, like the whole entire avenue.
I basically developed a policy for it. I'm the first person ever to allow to use drone broadcast.
Giving an escort to his house.
It's a gimmick. And you got the thing is you got a bunch of brands asking for it for advertising, which is why we're in a big push as well. And everyone's really excited about trying to get this new thing. But it makes it more difficult to consume. It makes it more difficult to consume the story.
The fire department putting on the uniform over there.
So, I would say about 15 minutes ago, I was over at 20 seconds. The guy wearing a jacket, he said, Jeep himself.
23rd is right there.
Said, bombs, bombs, I don't know if that's true. I just over a guy wearing a jacket. Another guy said, bomb squad to the second street. So I'm wondering if that's true.
Just a block away, basically, it happened right there. 23rd and 7th Avenue. I work in the building over there, facing that street, so I saw when it happened. And also all the co-workers came and told us. I sent out a tweet to let you guys know.
It appears 24th and 5th is open, sort of diagonal from the blast site. Approach 23rd and 5th. 23rd Street, of course, being one of the most trafficked streets in New York. The intersection of the Flatiron and Chelsea neighborhoods here in New York City. Perimeter is not tightened around this area. Thought Patrol has been dispatched in conjunction with New York Police Department and FDNY. We will deal with thoughts if necessary. The situation is largely under control. Blinding lead. Ambulance lights here. Same location as we were about half an hour ago. Appears that things are calming down here, and with no casualties.
Try to see if we can get over there.
The scene is quite calm. Take one last look. This Flatiron building. Oldest building here, just 100 feet away. This reporter heading home. I'd like to stay tuned. I'll likely be rapping to myself and harassing any thought.
Those people must have been standing there for a long time. That street's definitely closed over there. No, I don't use that software.
Okay, you want to follow the money? Here it is. This is how petty the UN has become. Ban Ki-moon named his mentor, former Prime Minister of South Korea, Han Sang-soo, as a UN official. No one heard of him. No one even knows he has the job. Water and disaster risk reduction. Have you ever heard of it? He's given a few speeches in Abu Dhabi, and then the company he's on the board of, Doosan, sells them desalination equipment. Meanwhile, he's on the board of Standard Chartered Bank, which holds the UN's banking contracts. This is a total conflict of interest. It's absolute corruption. U.S. mission? Anything? Okay, it's too small for Samantha Power. She's thinking already of her next big job. What about the ambassador for management and reform? What about Isabel Coleman, the successor to Mark Wallace and others, and Joe Torsella? What about that job? What cleanup of UN corruption has been done? Nothing. Praise of the UN, praise of Ban Ki-moon's zero tolerance policy, as children all over the CAR have been raped by UN peacekeepers. Praise of Ban Ki-moon. The only action taken? The scapegoat firing of an African head of mission, Babacar Guy.
I actually see one of my
head of peacekeeping, noted Frenchman Hervé Ladsus, who on camera said that there'd be less rapes if the soldiers had R&R. No action, nothing. Zero, zip. So, do Black Lives Matter?
США бомбили Сирию. Ну это, наверное, коалиция, наверное, не США бомбили. Какой взрыв на сайте 23-6, по-моему, взорвали мусорный бак, 23 человека. Посмотрите в этом. В Твиттере есть. Я просто ехал, прямо передо мной закрыли улицу.
И вот сейчас мне друзья написали, что там взрыв был. Ну тут копы ездили туда-сюда. Люди вообще им фиолетово, похоже, ходят, зеленые. Помогали ИГИЛ, бомбили Сирию. Сами взорвали. Сами себя взорвали.
What are you doing bothering them?
Чтобы забрать ваши свободы. Да не заберут они наши свободы.
What are you saying to them?
Замучаются собирать.
You can't go there. You see what's going on. You have to go.
Смотри, перекрыли здесь тоже, что ли, перекрыли? Берем батон. А как домой-то пробраться?
All right, have a good night.
Америка будут как нацисты. Вы были в Америке вообще, нет? Просто интересно. Что произошло? Взрыв на 23-6. 23 человека пострадавших. Не знаю, мертвых вроде пока нет. Мусорку взорвали, подложили ее. В каком Квинсе? В Квинсе живешь? А, ну понятно.
You go south.
Квинсе? Не знаю.
You're going east now.
Жить в Квинсе и говорить о том, что забирают наши свободы тем, что бомбят Сирию. А, ты, наверное, мусульманин или мусульманка. Все понятно.
You gotta go to 34th Street. Go straight and take a left. Go to 34th Street and take another left. Okay?
Turn left.
Huh? Don't worry about it. Just get home safe. Don't worry about it. Talk to me.
Все перекрыто.
No problem. No problem.
Ничего не взорвалось. Ну как ничего не взорвалось? Передо мной улицу перекрыли. Все небо в вертолетах, все висят. Копы мимо ездят туда-сюда. Полгорода перекрыли. Не, ничего не взорвалось. В Твиттере Нью-Йорк полис-департмента написано: People need to stop running this. Типа это Samsung. Типа Samsung кто-то выкинул мусор, и он взорвался. Really? Really think that it was a Samsung? Not 7. О, привет, Дина, здорово. Как дела? Зайди в рип, проголосуй. Айфон взорвался. Мне уже сказали, что Samsung Note 7 взорвался.
He's an elderly man. I don't know.
Понятно, в Квинсе кто живет?
He said he has to get to Long Island. I said, he's got to go up to that 34. I don't know why his leg is like that. He's old.
I don't know, maybe he had a couple drinks. I don't know.
No. He was working. He was good, yeah. It's insane, man. Like, you know, the door cracked over there where we were.
Did it really?
Yeah, well, I don't know if a customer cracked it or coincidental, but it cracked. But everybody from the other side of the store was telling me something happened. I'm like, what do you mean? I didn't feel anything. So it's insane.
Same thing happened Seaside Heights.
Yeah, I heard about that. Actually, one of my coworkers, she was in Point Pleasant or something.
Yeah.
So she was trying to come back on the train. She was delayed. She was pulling in to say she's late. She came here. And this happened here.
Yeah.
She's like, what the hell's going on? It's like, you know. I hope there's no more. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is that's going on. I'm thankful that we have
North of New York. And that's going to be on my YouTube channel and maybe some other platforms. I got to work it out with them. And they're going to help me set it all up. And we're going to talk worldly events, news, politics, and other fun internet stuff. So that's going to be on youtube.com/timcast.
A lot of crazy stuff.
As well as other short videos.
I remember seeing these guys before by Columbus Circle.
News, information, travel, fun, and things that seriously impact how our world works.
It's just crazy, man. I mean,
in the meantime, I'm about a half block from 24th and 6th, which is just one block north of where the incident occurred. Now the press all the way back at 23rd is getting ready for
it's sad too, you know. It's a beautiful
press briefing.
A beautiful time and also a sad time at the same time.
Maybe 20 or so minutes ago, before they started setting that up, I overheard several officers, men in suits with badges, who were having a meeting discussing how they were going to address the press, handle videos and interviews. And
And again, I overheard one person wearing a jacket as a chief of intel make reference to bombs and plastic bottles and a timed detonator. So I will.
That street over there.
And just a few moments after that, a man in the suit said the bomb squad did a second sweep, and
I was working earlier. I wanted to go outside, but I said
entirely sure, but there's a small idea of what they might say. Could be totally wrong. I don't know who these guys were. I don't know what they were saying, what it was a reference to. But, you know, I bring this up for a few reasons. I heard it from what looks like official sources. And more importantly, if you guys heard it on the live stream, I want to make sure I clarify that this is not fact. Don't know who these guys are. Don't know what they're referring to.
All right, guys.
They may be referring to something entirely different. But keep in mind, you know, the things you hear.
Okay.
So, we'll see what happens.
You know me.
The more information we have, we can better piece together what.
I'm always the one that's going to go to it and record and share with you guys whatever it is. But I was working at that time, and I have a high responsibility where I work. So I couldn't just leave everybody hanging, and it's not the right thing to do, so I made the choice to stay at work. But yeah, I saw all different types of trucks go up and down. What's strange is earlier when I came to work, I even put on Instagram, I smelled smoke and there was actually fire trucks out there. So to see all the fire trucks return afterwards, I was like, uh-oh, it's kind of crazy. R&B. That gorilla was a good gorilla. It's sad what happened to the gorilla. And let's see if we can go walk around the block. If not, we can't. But
another one of these. He's even got the same tripod as me.
I'm gonna go walk around.
No, they told me to go this way.
Something happened in Virginia. I'm going to be careful. First thing I did was check out, oh, this guy's still here. Are you okay? You just resting? What's up with your leg, man? You want me to call Captain? I know you have a ride. Here, just hold on my shoulder, man.
That's how it works. 23rd and 5th, but they're basically only letting in people with networks.
Look, you're going to fall down.
Sorry. Stop.
What do you have a disability? You have a car accident. Are you okay? Okay, don't worry. We're going to get you a cab. Where are you going? Okay. Are you taking a train? You go to Long Island City? Long Island where? How do you get there?
Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I know one of you guys...
Okay, so we'll take a cab up there.
I only have the one phone. I want to get some photos
Jesus,
out.
man.
I want to get some short clips on. So I think it's likely that...
Okay, I'll leave your hand. I know you don't...
You know, based
I want to make sure you're okay.
Those officers down at the 22nd, that things may be calming down, you know, kind of closing up here, and they're going to give the press briefing, which usually means they've kind of secured things, and it's definitely a lot calmer. That being said, I'm going to take the feed down and switch to Twitter, so make sure you are following me on Twitter and Instagram at Timcast, Timcast, and stay tuned because I'm going to have a live podcast show with some friends, hopefully in the next couple weeks or in October. That's going to be at youtube.com/Timcast, Timcast. And you can follow me on Periscope as well if you're not already.
You have pride, but it doesn't matter. If you need help, you need help.
But the other thing too is that when I'm streaming, I don't have access to the official feeds. It's hard to know if things are happening around. So go to youtube.com/Timcast, Timcast. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Periscope at Timcast. And I will bring you breaking news. If anything happens here on the ground, I will go live again, and you will see that tweet out, and it will be on Periscope. So thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned. I will have.
I don't have no kids.
Hopefully I can put a video together tonight explaining everything that happened. get the full picture soon. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Come on. How do you usually get home? How do you walk over there? Oh, that train's closed. Your wife picked you up? Yeah, she picked me up. From Long Island? About what? She worries if you get home safely? Alright guys, I'm gonna get off the broadcast and we'll go jump in a cab and go home. Hope everybody, if you're out there, be safe. You know, I'm doing a broadcast show. You want to say hello to the people? You want to say hello? Here comes the people.
It's lit. We are in so-called Curry Hill, part of Murray Hill that caters to the Indian community. We got some bros here. More and more traffic being blocked off here. Eerie feeling. Press conference has started. Outside of my one of my favorite little bars here in New York. called Bank. You often find me here drinking my sorrows away. 30th and 30th. It is packed. Many thotties here tonight. A little tough to film this experience necessarily. Careful, careful, careful. Oh. Young lady almost got hit by a car, laughed it off. Blasio saying no terrorists. That's great news. We don't want that.
Just before I got off the plane, a bomb went off in New York, and nobody knows exactly just about that. But we are living in a time we gotta get very tough tonight.
This reporter is exhausted. Could use a slice of pizza. A lot of drunk folks here tonight. There's a McDonald's. Should I go to McDonald's? Get some chicken nuggets, perhaps? I think I'm gonna do that.
And we're up in Ohio. And we're up in Iowa. We're up 8 points in Iowa. 4 or 5 points in Ohio, and amazing people. Look at what's going on with our manufacturing being sucked out of our country. We're not going to be.
Young man thinks he's Meek Mill.
It's not going to happen long. We're up in North Carolina. We're up in many, many polls nationwide. The Los Angeles Times has us up 6 points nationwide, so we're good. We're good. In other words, I think we're going to win, is what I'm saying. They call this a movement, and all over they're talking about it as a movement. Bill O'Reilly said one of the great phenomena he's ever seen. Actually said it's the greatest political phenomenon he's seen in his lifetime. But I'll tell you something. It doesn't mean anything if we don't win. We gotta win. We gotta win. It's going to be a victory for the people. It's going to be a victory for you, all the way in that corner over there. Boy, we have a lot of people here. This is a big hangar and it's full.
I haven't.
Big hangar.